that's my baby, but only for me, yeah. Only for me, 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 only for me, yeah.
Listen, seen you in public, had to stop like, where's your friends? You don't gotta lie, ain't seen you before, you new to these ends. Did you check out the views? Hold up, wait, are you settled in? If you're down to listen, look, I really dig you like a shoveled in, cause there's not many girls like you.
Karlos, that's how you pronounce your name? Like, what's your stage name?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's your stage name? Karlos?
Just my full, Karlos Farrar, just my full, my actual government name.
Somebody's like, I'm not getting ready to make up nothing. It's me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy for people to find too, like when they searching me, stuff like that. So it all ties in.
Karlos Farrar.
Farrar, like almost
Farrar.
like Ferrari, but without the E. So just Farrar.
Farrar. Okay,
Yeah,
I dig it. So I got one question before like I get to my goody questions. How you get the blue check? I'm just like, what? How did you do that?
So I mean, I've been doing music for a while, but I mean, I've toured with a few people. And Genuine's my mentor also. So we did it. We co-headlined the tour in 2016. I was his hype man for a while also, like in between those years. I toured in Australia with Trey Songz and Usher, and just building those relationships with people and over the years, and it kind of just putting in the work musically on the other side also, and they felt I was worthy. I guess it took a while. I tried. It wasn't no first take thing. It was like 4 years before they finally gave me it. So
a blue check, like you wasn't a star out here in these streets. Okay.
Yeah, I had to keep trying, man. They weird though. My cousin Randy Rosario, like my blood cousin, she was popping on Instagram, like she's been popping for a few years, but they took a while to even get.
I think
decide how they want to do things, but I'm happy. I'm grateful.
You kind of froze up for a minute. Oh, it's saying my internet is unstable. That might be possible. So now I know this is a crazy question. You probably don't want to answer it. Between Genuine and Usher, who was your favorite tour?
Man, Genuine gonna kill me. Well, Genuine's on that tour too with Usher and Trey Songz. So technically, I mean, being in Australia was cool. I'll say that. Like the experience of being out of the country. I've toured in China also. Was not a fan of that, but they real strict over there in China. So
yeah,
it was a little different. This was in 2015. So like I was wearing masks before and I thought to myself in that moment, like I would hate to wear masks every day, and now we wear masks every day. So that sucks. But yeah, Australia with Usher and Trey Songz was fire. Like that was probably my top experience. That's like my go-to experience. Anytime somebody asks me a question or bring up like my favorite moment, definitely
Usher and Trey Songz.
Yeah.
So with that culture shock, they were wearing masks then. Why was that?
See, in China they have a lot of smog over there. Like the chemicals coming out of the buildings, or like when you see one of those plantations with the black smoke coming out, it's a lot of it over there apparently. Right. And so it's so thick over there that they wear the mask to like not inhale it, I guess. And even when I was over there, I got sick for like a week just because your body has to like adjust to like the air, like it's different.
Right. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, how did you get into music ultimately?
So I started, I've always been into music because of my family. Like my dad, he was a musician, and so he kind of had me involved with it. Naturally, I just kind of gravitated to it. Like he's a big Prince fan. Like Prince was like his guy, and so
everybody's guy.
Yeah, he was playing Prince all the time, and Michael Jackson, and I just kind of, I would always dance around the house and sing, and I kind of just evolved from that, doing talent shows in the living room with the family. Every Friday and Saturday, I'm putting together talent shows like it's a real production. And so it kind of just, developed from there. And then when I was around 11, he kind of put his dream to the side. I guess that's really what happened. And he asked me if I want to go to the studio, and from there I just kind of just kept at it.
Okay, Dad did it. Okay, so who were your favorite influences coming up?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Prince and Mike is like everybody. They like the GOATs. But I think as I got older, I gravitated towards people like Usher, Trey Songz. Trey Songz is not. He wasn't really around quite when I was younger. But Genuine, B2K, Omarion. Just people that sang and danced. I was a big fan of people that did both. Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, of course. Queen Bee. Just people like that. Like, a lot of people gravitate towards, and I also grew up in Detroit. So I had that like Motown influence also. Like we have a ton of Motown stations out there. So just being engulfed in the history of like R&B music from its prime up until through the 90s, growing up in the 90s, you know what I mean? Like it just kind of all came together. So I'm a fan of a lot of people, but those are probably like my top.
I'm glad you said that. So one of my crazy questions, this is an icebreaker question. When you're pulling out of your driveway, what's your favorite R&B song that you sing?
Oh, that's a good one. Dang, man. So like I like to be like one of those people. Like, I probably could start a blog of like hot new music because I only listen to R&B music, right? Like I listen to rap when I'm working out, but like I always like discover like new artists. Like I'm always like quick to put people on game. So like I would say right now, I don't want to mess up this man's name. Javon.
Oh yeah.
Giveon, that's his name. Giveon, that's how you say it. I always get confused on how to say his name, but he's like my favorite right now. So definitely that new it's like the day that I met you.
You sound like him.
Yeah, that's my joint right now. That's like
the going, oh wow.
Yeah, that's the
I
joint
love
right
it. So my next question, tell me about the annual We Can Survive concert and how did you get nominated for that?
So it was I actually had just came across it. Like a friend of mine sent me the link and was like, yo, you should try to get on this. You've done a lot, this would be a good look too.
Right.
And so I just kind of signed up for it. They said they reviewed the music and they separated everybody into categories. And so I'm second right now. If you're watching this, I'm second. I need to be first by the end of tomorrow. So make sure y'all vote. It's free. You can vote on Facebook. Doja Cat's the headliner. Black Eyed Peas, Shawn Mendes. So it's a huge festival.
Wow. Okay. So, and speaking, and I'm just toggling backwards, like how were you afforded the opportunity or what did you do? What lengths did you had to go to get noticed by Genuine and Trey Songz?
So my manager, Genuine got me onto the Australian too. I got the opportunity to go with him. And like during his set, I would do, a song or two. So that was like, he just kind of brought me along. He was a good look. But meeting Genuine, so what I would do is I lived in Vegas, and anytime he had a show like in Arizona or LA, I would drive to the show because his manager, one of his road managers at the time, who was my manager, he kind of seen me like popping up. Like I would pay to play. I would just pay to open. You sell $500 worth of tickets or whatever. You open it, get a 10-minute slot or whatever. I would just pay the $500 and then give away the tickets. Pay to play, I guess is what you call it. But I felt like it was worth it, so I did it, and I did it enough times to where they kind of took notice. And his Armar David, that's my manager's name. He kind of was just like, "Yo, man, you super dedicated and hungry, man. I like your sound." And from there, he kind of brought me on board. And it just blossomed from there.
That's what's up. Okay, I can dig it. So you took your craft very seriously. Like you were willing to, like you buying out tickets.
It take a lot of sacrifice. I try to explain that to people. Like it's not, you gotta sacrifice for anything though. If anything that you feel is important, you're gonna have to make the sacrifices. It's not gonna you're not gonna just get it.
That's right. I love that. So that's like a character building thing that you have going on.
Yeah, a lot of a lot of sacrifices and yeah, I'll just say that.
So out of which experiences do you think grew you as an artist?
That one definitely, driving from Vegas to LA overnight, having to work the next day, going to work tired,
right.
Just investing in myself, believing in myself when most people, some people don't see the vision or don't get it quite yet.
That's right.
I've done shows where I felt like the caliber of the show, I need to have dancers or a band. And the show was free. Like, they wasn't paying me to do the show. So I had to pay these people myself. I had to come out of pocket. I had to stack bread and do what I need to do. So, just and those experiences have happened, not recently, but like, within the last 5 years or my whole career, of where I've had to, bite the bullet to give the best possible show I can give.
Right.
Those experiences definitely, they're character building for sure. Because you gotta believe in what you're doing, because it's a lot of money. Being independent is tough, like super tough. So you gotta have people in your squad that believe, and you gotta believe that all the work you're doing is going to pay off.
That's right. So what's one of your affirmations that you tell yourself to, because it could get discouraging when, you said, nobody else is seeing the vision but you coming out of pocket, you got to go to work and still see that vision through. So what's one of your words of affirmations that you used? I
always like to, for a while I wasn't doing this. I went on tour with Genuine in 2016 for the first, that was my first tour, but it was my first tour as one of the headliners. And so I kind of regret not being in the moment during that time. I was so busy trying to see what's next.
Right.
Oh man, I hope I get nominated for a Grammy, or I wasn't living in that moment. And so now, when things happen, I take a look at what I was wishing for back then, all the stuff that I have now, like being verified. 4 years ago, I was dying to be verified, not verified. So I always, in the moment, I think I look back at what I was doing and how much I've accomplished, and that kind of pushes me forward to just keep going, because a lot of times being independent, the things that you do may not come to surface immediately, but if you're putting in the work, it'll catch up.
Right.
It's people now that they're like, oh man, I love this song, and the song came out 5 years ago. What I mean? But it's paying off now. I'm getting streams on it now because you keep putting in the work. So definitely just staying focused and knowing that it's a process. That's
right. It's kind of like Designer. I think that was something that happened to him, where his song was old and it just blew up.
Yeah, and with TikTok, it's definitely possible now, because people can find, they bringing back songs. I remember, what song was that? They was doing a little Running Man. They did the new Running Man, not the Running Man.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
Nah, that last night my things on you.
Oh yeah.
They brought that song all the way back. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Back in the day. That's one of my questions, though. How has TikTok helped to get your music out there?
So I dropped a single last year in June called TikTok Drop. And it was just a song I just wanted to do just for fun. I like to try to be versatile. I'm heavy in R&B, but I like to dance. So I love creating music for people to dance to, specifically women. but so I made a song, and that's actually my most streamed song to date right now. Wow. It just takes off. TikTok is the ultimate app for anybody creative in any aspect, because it doesn't have a specific algorithm right now, and they pay you for what you're doing. You know what I mean? Right. So I think TikTok is awesome. Honestly, it's probably the best app that's ever been made outside of MySpace when it was hot. Because MySpace was,
what you know about MySpace?
MySpace was the joint, the top 5 with that was the joint back in the day. They need to bring that back.
Listen, I was too scared to get on MySpace. I was like, no, but they're gonna know about me. So Now, tell us about your newest single and what inspired it.
So my new single is called "Leave You Alone." It's off my last album I just dropped. I dropped it in December actually, so we're actually coming up on a year. I wanted to put an album out and kind of push it the whole year, and I've been dropping different singles off of it. And "Leave You Alone" is like the final single from it. And that song, it features my DJ Soul Hype. Shout out to DJ Soul Hype.
Shout out.
I wanted to like bring, if you can envision like If It Isn't Love by New Edition or Beyonce's Love on Top, I wanted to have that feel to it,
right?
Kind of like in our early 2000s vibe feel to it. We haven't shot the video yet. We're shooting it. It'll be out soon. But like that song to me is my favorite song off the album. Okay. And so I'm glad we're actually now to the point where we're gonna actually start pushing it as as an actual single. I think people are gonna really like it.
Okay.
Because it shows people every aspect of me as an artist.
Okay, I love it. So you have a sensual song that's a little different. Island, kind of has an island feel.
Oh, satisfy, yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired that? Because that seemed like that stretched you because it's different from your style. Would you say that it stretched you as an artist? Yeah,
I definitely, so like what I try to do, me personally, like I always want to, like if I'm gonna put out a full project, I want people to get different versions of me per se, like if that makes sense. Like I don't want to just be one dimensional. Like I don't want to put out something and it all sound the same.
Right.
I want people to be able to be like, oh, I can listen to this all the way through because it gave me different vibes all the way through. And I also try to tell a story as the songs are going through. So like I'll start, probably happy and I might end sad, or I might keep it kind of light in the beginning and then kind of get deeper. Like the album kind of goes in that direction. It transitions. It's almost like I'm telling the story of meeting a girl and, telling the process of like when you first meet somebody is great. And then you start to see the red flags and then you get your heart broke. Like, you know what I mean? So I try to just do that with albums because I feel like albums used to do that back in the day. Like when we would line up and pay $20 for a CD and be the happiest person in the world.
In the world.
So yeah, that's just what I want to do. And that vibe, like the older I get, I appreciate reggae music and I appreciate that music a lot more than I did when I was younger. Like it's a vibe for real.
Right. But the good news is it's crossover music. You don't want to stay stagnant in a box. So what do you think about getting outside the box?
Well, I've always dabbled, like me, like I like to dance. So the music I try to make, I do think it has a crossover appeal to it. I think the new single "Leave You Alone" has that appeal also. But I think it's a good look for any artist to try to get out of their box. You want to expand and be creative and show people that you're not just one dimensional, you know what I mean? And being one dimensional kind of puts you in a box where they just look at you this way, you know what I mean? I don't want to be seen like that. I want to be seen as an artist.
Right. Okay, so here's another crazy question. It's not crazy, but man of impact. In what ways do you want to use your platform to influence the youth?
So I have a song called "No Justice, No Peace." I put it out right around the time that George Floyd thing happened. And mostly what I want people to listen to my music and understand is that it's me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want people to hear it and either they like it or they don't like it, but they understand that it's me. And I want to give the message that if you're going to do something creative in your own creative right, that you can be you. You don't have to try to fit into what's going on. You know what I mean? And I think even when people listen to my music, like I don't feel like I sound like anybody. I can emulate what's going on now if I want to.
Right.
But it's not like it doesn't push me as an artist, or it's not fun. It's fun to just be you and see people respond to you rather than you trying to be cool, fitting in with what's cool. You know what I mean? So I want people to listen to my music and understand that it's all right to be them. Kind of like people like Missy when I was growing up, Missy, Busta Rhymes, like people like that. They were them, and you loved the Outkast. Like you just they were authentic, and
Right.
you love that. That's what you love most about them. They weren't scared to just do them.
Right. Even still, like I was happy to see that Andre 3000 or whatever he calls himself now was contributing to, or would have contributed to the Donda album had that verse not gotten cut off the album. So yeah, you like stuff with content.
Right. Yeah. Substance, basically. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? That's the kind of music I want to make. Like, of course, I want to make fun music too. And I'm not saying it's fun music or music like TikTok drop. I'm not saying it doesn't have substance, because it does. It relates to youthful people, like people that are at 21 or 18. Like that's in that time of their life when you're 18, 21. That's what you want to do. You want to dance. You want to have fun. So I definitely want to make music for them, but I also want to make music about the real life and relationships and stuff people can relate to get them through tough times that they're going to go through, because we all go through that type of stuff.
That's right. And speaking of tough times, do you know anyone, or were you directly affected by the pandemic or COVID-19?
I would say career-wise, yes, definitely. Like, not being able to go out and tour or do shows was depressing. Like, probably creatively, it was great for me, because I had this time. I had to sit down and like make music. I got to really like, I didn't have to worry about like, okay, I got to do this, I got to get ready for the show. I wasn't balancing a lot of things. It was just like, all right, I can work on music. That's it. And it was good for that. But like, my favorite part about being an artist is performing. Like, that's just what, for me, that like, that's where I get my rush, or what I'm saying, like being on stage, feeling the energy, giving energy back. That for me is like the best part of doing what I do. So that was tough for me. I mean, I know a few people that, it was a struggle mentally to get through it, because I mean, we humans. So like being isolated, not being around other people for extended periods of time. And, some people, a lot of people couldn't work, stressing about that. I know quite a few people that were affected, definitely.
So I have two more questions. Working with label versus indie, what are the pros and cons?
Oh man, so for me, I think working with a label, so at the end of the day, when you work with a label, whatever you spend, you got to pay back. But they put you in places that it's hard to get as an indie artist. Like, my new single, I could be like, all right, walking into the label, hey, I want to put this out. They like it. It's instantly on the radio.
Right.
Like, all right, we're dropping it. The radio DJs all over the world got it simultaneously, and they all playing on the radio. It's getting spins, and people know who you are faster. But on the financial side of that, you're getting less money, because the labels, they're taking your money basically.
Right.
So it's almost like a fair trade to them. But in reality, it's not a fair trade, because you famous, but you still living, you're not living how you should be living, because they're taking all of the money that they invested into you. And on any side, you get to keep your money, but it's hard to get seen. You gotta put in 10 times more work just to get to that level. Right. And it's not a lot of people on the independent side that have. A lot of people on the independent side, they gotta sacrifice the fame, but they making money. Like, I know a lot of independent artists that aren't well known, but they making money off music. You know what I mean? Like, they can go to a city and do a 200 head show, and that for them, that's great. You know what I'm saying? To them, that's success, and it is successful. It really depends on what type of success, how you want to categorize success. I tell people, look at Tory Lanez. His blueprint was not in none of his personal stuff, but like his strictly music, his blueprint of getting signed. He had a 5-year label deal. He put out albums like he was supposed to, and now he's off. He owns his masters, and he's out of the label deal. But he got what he needed. Like everybody know who Tory Lanez is. Right. So now he don't need a label. He did what he's supposed to do. And a lot of artists that are from like Genuine, Sierra, Usher. I don't think Usher is still signed to the face. Like, but he don't need to be. Like, he's already who he is. So now everything he can put out under himself, independent, and everybody's gonna buy it because he already has that name for himself. So that's like I guess it's like a preference thing. Like, I would love to do a 1 album or 2 album deal with a label and then get out of the deal. Of course, I don't want to stay on that label. Right. But, yeah.
Labels getting smart now, though, because, the internet has
they're locking people in. Yeah, they were like, no, we need 10 albums.
I'm seeing like Future.
We need 10 albums. You can do it however you want to. 1 a year, 2 a year, you figure it out. But we got you, buddy.
And make sure you sign, like, get a contract, because it's kind of like what they did to Future when he thought he was just free and clear, and he had to go back and pay the guy for the songs he did off for free. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's tricky. The business it's a savage business for sure.
Right.
All the entertainment aspects, music business is definitely, from what I have seen, because I act too, and acting is a little different. I mean, every part of the entertainment business can be shady, but the music business is super shady.
The worst.
Yeah, it's shady. It's discouraging too how shady it is. Sometimes you just like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with this. Like,
right.
I don't even care. But you know, you got the right people around you. They'll uplift you and keep you going.
What movies have you? I said 2 questions. I'm sorry. What movies have you featured in, and do you have any movie scores coming up?
I've done commercials and I've done like pilots. Right now, we actually shooting a pilot called My Father's Keeper. I'm playing a character by the name of Christopher.
Okay.
And we're shooting it right now. It's actually being pitched to Netflix, so fingers crossed on that.
Prayers.
Hopefully they pick it up and we can go through the whole season. But I'm excited for that. I've done like commercials though, mostly like Coke and Kaplan College and
money.
Like that. Yeah. Acting is more work, but it's less work. I'll say that.
Right. That's
learn your lines, study the craft, to be good at what you do, and you good.
Well, I'm definitely
it's a whole process. You got to
record. A process.
Yeah, you got to record, study. It's a lot.
It's cutthroat with acting too, because sometimes you can think that your cut is going to be in the film, and then they cut. Yeah, that's true. But you still get paid though. Right, that's
the thing. They gonna pay you regardless. So I mean,
well, hopefully you get all Netflix. You can't go wrong with Netflix. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You get one show, the other one's live will come, because I watch Netflix all the time, and I see actors jumping from show to show, and I'm like,
right,
what I know him from? Oh, he was in there. Yeah, so
the only one you're not gonna see is the one from You, because that's it. That's his role. That's specific.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him. I have not seen him. But that's coming back out. I think it comes back. It's dropping in next month, actually, the new season. So
I'm excited with his crazy tail self.
Yeah, he's crazy. I was watching that show like, yo.
Little stalker cuz. Okay. So tell people, do you have any merchandise?
Yeah, my website, karlosfarrar.com. I'm actually working on it right now, doing some updates to it. But you can get t-shirts. You can buy my album, a hard copy of the album if you want, with it signed. Because I mean, some people still appreciate that, but these kids, they don't want it. What?
Did you autograph it?
Yeah, autographed each one.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. That's an old school touch right there. That's
just for the fans, for the people that appreciate stuff like that. I do. Like I'll buy an album, like the vinyls, like I think that's dope.
But that's worth money in the long run. Like it becomes vintage in the long run, especially if you have an autograph on it. So you thinking ahead. And my last question, where can our viewers follow you and download your music?
Just Karlos Farrar, Karlos, last name Farrar, Farrar, and I am everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you prefer to listen to. Me personally, I like Apple Music, but a lot of people like Spotify. So, Amazon Music, Tidal. Please, Tidal would be the best actually, because they pay the most for streams.
Right.
But
it's like specific in how you download.
The download, stream, whatever you prefer to do. Everything's just my name though. Like you can find me anywhere. Just type in my name. Well,
you can't find him everywhere because he has a blue check. Okay, so if you can't find him, you're not looking. So thank you so much. You're a dope vibe all the way out there where it's sunny, because all I see is light. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's sunny. It's still sunny. It's still like 105 degrees. I'm a winter baby though. I like the hoodies and I don't like the heat at all.
Well, I envy you, and I'm gonna get that. Okay. So thank you, and I'm getting ready to follow you on Instagram right now.
I'll follow you back. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, that's my baby, but only for me, yeah. Only for me, 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 only for me, yeah.
Listen, seen you in public, had to stop like, where's your friends? You don't gotta lie, ain't seen you before, you new to these ends. Did you check out the views? Hold up, wait, are you settled in? If you're down to listen, look, I really dig you like a shoveled in, cause there's not many girls like you.